Okay, I can't possibly be the only person that fantasized about being a princess after seeing this movie. Where is my Genovia? Grandma Queen, come save me. The fact that I'm not even joking.
Dan it, Dan it. Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it.
I like that. It's going to be my new theme song.
Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Batman.
This Blush Bunny presents The Princess Diaries. The movie came out in 2001, and it was the first time many of us had even heard of Anne Hathaway. It was her breakout role. Little girls all over the world would dream what it would be like to find out that they were royalty, myself included. Not this kind of royalty. You know, the fictionalized, happy-go-lucky type. And I have to say, it's been years since I've watched this movie, and viewing it through the eyes of an adult, I definitely caught a few things that I didn't notice when I was a kid. But just in case you need a refresher, or maybe you haven't had a chance to see it, let me set the scene. Mia Thermopolis is a 15-year-old girl, and we meet her when it's just another day in her boring life. Comes from a single parent home. Hardly anyone knows that she exists, and if they do, they don't care to get to know her. Lily is her only friend. She has a crush on the most popular boy in school, and he of course has a girlfriend who just so happens to be her bully. No surprise there. She has severe anxiety when it comes to public speaking, and this is amplified by the complete horror of talking in front of her debate class. She is not a natural born leader. She is but a regular 15-year-old girl simply trying to make it through today in order to see tomorrow. So she thinks. Her grandmother is in town and she wants to talk to her. The grandmother who until now she has never heard a peep from. So naturally, Mia is a little irritated, like, where you come from? Well, turns out she wants her to run a country that she is next in line to rule. Now, traveling back in time to the mind of my younger self, I thought this was the coolest thing ever. Who wouldn't want this type of unexpected news? However, as an adult, this is one of the most messed up situations ever. First of all, her mama been lying to her entire life about who she is. I mean, to the point this child don't even know her father's name. You hear me? Her grandma said his government name and Mia was like, who and who? Not a clue. Her mother's excuse was she was young and an artist and wanted to be free. She couldn't see herself spending her life walking one step behind a man every day all day. She got stuff to do. Well, she didn't say it like that, but you get the point. And I do understand what she is saying and where she is coming from. However, you are a mother now. You do not get to put yourself first anymore. That's rule number 1 of being a mother. I'm over here saying it like I got kids. Not yet. One day. But how selfish is that? Not to mention the lifestyle you completely denied her of experiencing. I mean, yeah, living in an old firehouse is pretty cool, but it ain't got nothing on the castle. Let's be real here. She never even gave her daughter a chance. So Helen is enemy number 1. Then we got enemy number 2, the person who is sadly no longer with us. Edouard Christophe Philippe Gerard Rinaldi, aka Mia's daddy. Again, young Blush thought this was a touching aspect of the story, especially since we later hear the letter he wrote to her so many years ago. Adult Blush, I am not moved. First of all, where have you been? You have been live and well for nearly my entire life, and I haven't heard from you. The fact that you felt it was perfectly okay to knock up my mom and disappear, swiftly after I might add, to take care of your country is completely unacceptable. Edouard Christophe Philippe Gerard Rinaldi is a deadbeat daddy. There is no other way to describe it. You divorced your wife, abandoned your kid, and fled the country to live the life you saw fit for yourself. Deadbeat. You know what? Both of Mia's parents are selfish and irresponsible. Oh, we were so young. So what? You should have thought about that before you decided to bake cookies. Edouard knew he was in line to rule before he met Helen. So why even open that door in the first place, knowing it may not pan out the way you think it would? This is not your cousin. Ain't no guarantees here. Not to mention how come neither of them thought of the fact that she could have lived a normal life and known her dad at the same time? Like, she could have visited him during the summers or something and still made the choice whether she went to rule in her own time just like her uncle did. This is mind-boggling to me. Like, what? Which brings me to the third person on the ish list. Grandma. Where have you been all my life? And even if you want to use the excuse that we all came to the conclusion that it is best to not involve you with the royal stuff, you can call, write a letter, send me a postcard, and then you got the audacity to come to me and ask for something. This is how we're starting our relationship, with a lie morphing into a favor. You done lost your mind. You done lost your mind. There's no other explanation for this. This relationship started off on the wrong foot 15 years ago, but what put it into overdrive for me was what was said within seconds of their very first meeting. The queen looks at her and says, "You look so young." Excuse me? And here's the main problem in the film. You are her grandmother, and you can't think of one nice thing to say after seeing your granddaughter for the first time. This whole film's purpose is convincing the audience that Mia is an outcast because she is uncool and ugly, and the person you would think would come into the picture to change that is the main one who feels this way. This is terrible. If this was Mia's villain origin story, I wouldn't even be mad at it. Like, how can anybody blame her? Look at what she's dealing with. And then most of the time that she's spending with her, there's no real connection. The queen is not even trying to get to know her. She came through the door teaching her to be the person she wanted her to be. You need to do this. You need to do that. No, no, no. Don't do that. Like, so I'm ugly and I'm not good enough? Nice. Of course, eventually they begin to have a bond, but that comes after the infamous makeover. Again, young blush, I always took the scene as just being comedic. Paolo and his crew comes in, funny quips, and we get the big reveal. I have super thick, kinky, curly hair, and I've broken a comb or two in my lifetime. So when he's brushing her hair and goes, "It's like a wolf," it was funny. It still is. However, this whole ugly duckling thing is weird. First of all, many of us would agree that Anne Hathaway is pretty. She just is. But apparently having big hair, thick eyebrows, and glasses just magically erases this. I mean, Paolo literally screams when he sees her for the first time. Really? I get it. This was 2001, so we're peak thin eyebrows, straight blonde hair, color contacts, the works. But you had, I don't know, Brooke Shields. Clearly, I can't think of anybody right now, but you had people that shared this similar look who were regarded as beautiful during this time as well. So it's like, why was this forced on us? And then Grandma Queen was just so delighted with the results. "Oh, my beautiful granddaughter." Girl, bye. Get out of my face. All of this for what? To please other people? Because Mia took one look at that and was devastated. It grew on her, but at first she was like, "This is not me." And then Lily didn't make it no better. Let me get on Lily, the last little she-devil on my list. Yes, you have Anna Fofana, or whatever her name is, who was talking about her, exposed her, and came with the clout chasing. "Oh, we're best friends." Girl, bye. She don't know you. Then you got Josh trying to snag his little 3 seconds of fame. Those characters, we gonna let them live. It was expected. But Lily, you can tell they've been two peas in a pod since the beginning of time. So you would think she knows her friend well enough to know that this minor change in her appearance would impact her. But what did she do? She just rags on her. So when Mia came with the clack back, I was here for it. Because how you gonna talk about me? Look at your hair. Then there was this moment where they were talking and Lily saying her dad wants to take her out to dinner and they don't have anything to talk about. And Mia goes, "At least your dad's still alive." Lily's like, "I thought you gotten over that." As in getting over her own dad dying. Like, excuse me? Even if you feel that way, how do you just tell somebody that? This is out of order. Out of order. It was a few of these moments where I'm like, Lily is a straight up hater. She did admit to being jealous, and I think that's why as a kid I let it slide, but now Absolutely not. Mia should have cut her off the second she felt weird energy from her. Though Mia in this case is not completely an angel because she did stand her up after promising to be on her show. But I mean, the way Lily was acting, I don't feel too bad about it. There's only 2 people who never switched up on Mia. Michael, which I used to wish he had a bigger role, but I like that they focused more on Mia coming into her own instead of a romantic relationship. But he was sweet on her even when she disappointed him. He held her accountable when needed, but still very sweet. And Joe, Mia's saving grace. He always looked out for her and was someone who saw her for who she was and accepted her as she came. Shout out to Joe, because without him, Mia would not have made it. The Princess Diaries. Have you seen it? And more importantly, have you watched it recently? What's your take on it overall? I have a feeling I'm going to get comments saying, girl, I've been peeped all of this. I already knew, you just now realizing. But did you really? Did you really? Because as a kid, I wasn't thinking that deep into it. It was just like, oh, she's a princess now. Woo, yay, cool. You know, I still like the movie, to be clear. It's still a childhood favorite, but it's like, man, this is a bit much when you really think about it. This clearly is not at all the video I thought it would be. I intended for this to be just commentary of the whole movie, you know. But I'm watching like, hold up. What is happening right now? But let me know your thoughts. Also, quick semi-update. I haven't made my final decision, but I'm thinking of taking the series of my videos that don't do so well on YouTube and continuing them as podcasts. So like Bridgerton season 3, whenever it airs. The Glee series, the latest video is sitting at like 6,000 views because for whatever reason the masses don't want to see those videos from me. YouTube doesn't promote them and they just sit. But I know there is a number of you obviously that actually enjoy them, so I'm probably going to continue them on the podcast. And again, the podcast is literally the same format as my videos except without the visuals. Just want to give a heads up, if I do decide to do that, these videos take too much work for them not to get promoted. I ain't gonna lie, I be feeling away, but it's all good. So make sure you're following the podcast. Also, stop by the Blush Bunny merch store, all linked in the description below. With all of that being said, if you haven't done so already, be sure to click like and hop on over to that subscribe button and hit the bell. Otherwise, YouTube will never show you my videos. As always, I'm all ears. Until next time, bye. I was gonna say, what if it wasn't recording that entire time?